Hey, everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to hit number 20. This is the 20th episode, and we are super excited to bring you a very, very important message: consistency over intensity. And so, what I'm going to do, I'm going to break that down for you guys. This habit, the habit that builds unstoppable brands, everybody wants the result, right? Everybody wants that success story. Everybody wants the applause, right? But almost nobody wants the repetition that it takes to get it. Nobody wants to put in the additional effort, the work behind the scenes, the work in the dark, if you will, to get it. If your brand, if your business or your career isn't where you want it to be, it's probably not because you're not good enough to do it. It's because you're not consistent. If you are not consistent enough, that's going to be the biggest part that I believe is going to hold you guys back. So let's talk about this a little bit deeper. But before we get into that, welcome back to Elevate with Enbody. I'm your host, Tim Enbody. Today we're going to hit the 20th episode. And for me, I was not sure if we were going to make it this far. But listen, it was the consistency of my goal to do this is what's getting us here, right? And listen, this isn't for everybody, but because we're going to get into it, I want to share this with you. There wasn't an accident that caused it. It wasn't luck. None of these videos have gone viral. There was no moment of some kind of viral, applause. It's the consistency. It's the promise that I made you all on the first episode that I was going to be here and I was going to do this, not just for you, but for myself, to show up even on the days I didn't feel like it. And believe me, there's been those days. We all have those days because that's what real evolution looks like. So we're going to get into this a little bit deeper. The consistency, the great equalizer. And if you really think about it, it's a secret weapon, guys. Consistency is a weapon, and it can be the great equalizer for you and your business. Because here's the truth. Consistency, it truly can beat talent. Consistency can beat perfect timing. Consistency absolutely can beat motivation because motivation fades over time. And consistency, consistency is what makes you the expert that people are looking to work with. Intensity, let's talk about that for a second. Intensity will get you, it'll get you the applause for the moment, right? It'll get you you finished the line first, you won, yay, there's that applause, that intensity, that moment. But the consistency of the guy that finished second is going to get you. He's going to eat your lunch because that's where the respect really comes in for a lifetime. And honestly, let's talk about why people fail with this right now. I'm going to get really honest for everybody. So let's take a second. Most people, they want the reward without the routine. They want the result without having to do all the repetition. They want that moment, yay, without the momentum. They want to feel ready instead of starting messy to get it. And they quit because the results don't always show. And if sometimes the results don't show fast enough, they give up and they think it's the show, it's the podcast, it's my Instagram handle, it's my lack of posting, too much posting, right? It doesn't show up fast enough. Immediate gratification. I was having a conversation with my branch managers today on the iPhone and how I can send you a message. And if you have an iPhone and it says red, why isn't he responding to me right now? It says red. Why aren't you responding right now? We want everything right now. We are immediately dissatisfied if we don't get the results immediately. And we're bringing that to our socials. We're bringing that to our business models. So sometimes you have to slow it down, be direct. Your future self is begging you this. This is going to be one of those moments, guys, when you look back, you say, if I could talk to myself at 25, what would I have done? 45, 50. I would have done this and I would have stayed consistent. It's kind of like a diet. Have you ever thought about that? You go to the gym and you start working out and you're thinking to myself, man, I went to the gym. I'm not buff. What the hell? I'm done. I quit. Or I went and I had a salad and I skipped the delicious pizza. Why am I not in shape? Consistency. That's how you win the race. Okay, tortoise and hare. Anybody? So let's get into this a little bit more. I'm begging you guys, please stay on this. They don't need perfection. Your people don't need it. They're not expecting it. They need you to have presence. Your audience doesn't need you to be the perfect loan officer, the perfect realtor, somebody that's always got that beautiful smiles and amazing shape. They don't need it. They just need you to be consistent with your message and to deliver the deliverables. They need you to be present. They need you to connect. They need your effort, not your perfection. They trust your pattern, not your promises. So I'm going to say that again. They trust the pattern, not your promises. They follow your frequency, not your flair, right? You don't lose. So if I came in here today and instead of my suit jacket, I had a ball cap on and I had it on backwards, if what I was saying made sense to you, the goal is that you jump back on, right? That's what people are looking for. At least a lot of the ones that I'm talking to. You don't lose because of that. You lose because you disappear. Right? You get tired, you don't get the immediate gratification, you're not seeing the applause, and you give up. You check out. I'll start next week, just like your diet, just like going for a walk, just like going to the gym. You think of your brand almost like going to the gym. You don't get strong in one day, right? So you quit. Every piece of content is a rep. Every video is a set. Every message that you guys put together and deliver, it's a mile walked. Okay. Every comment builds credibility. People don't trust you because you just showed up once. They trust you because you kept showing up. That's the difference. You were the consistent thing in their life. When everyone else stopped because they couldn't lift 300 pounds after going to the gym one time, you were the guy or the gal that kept coming in. So I got another spot for you, the 30-day evaluation. It's a challenge. I'm going to challenge you guys all. I want to harp on this hard. And I want you to hear me. So here's my challenge for you. Over the next 30 days, yeah, I said it, 30 days, I'm not going to kill you. This isn't going to kill you either. I want you simply to show up, even if it's in a small way, even if it's messy to start, even if it's uncomfortable. Okay. I want you to watch what happens to your confidence after showing up. I want you to see how your confidence grows and your clarity builds and your brand explodes because you show up. I want you to see how your business starts to change because you showed up. So here's some rules to this challenge. I want you to post 3 to 4 times per week. Anytime you get a comment, I want you to comment back with intention. And I want you to comment back and I want you to listen and pay attention to what your comments are and give them back the fruit that they deserve. Give yourself 30 days to do this consistently, guys. I promise you, you're going to see some major impact. You may not even recognize your brand on the other side when you're done. It might be only something that you were hoping to wish to get to. And here's a little confession. This is hard for me, right? I'm going to be real with you. There were many years, especially with this podcast, that I hesitated. I've said it before, 7 years of excuses. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm not relevant enough. I was afraid of what my kids might think of me if they saw me do this stuff and get on YouTube or whatever. I was afraid of what my boss might think if it didn't bring in immediate gratification. If I was spending time posting videos and taking pictures and putting selfies of my face online, and if it wasn't bringing in consistency of bringing value to the company that I dearly love. After these years and the fear, let me explain to you what's happening. I'm showing up. I'm not showing off, but I am showing up. And as I continue to show up, I'm looking at yesterday and it's starting to feel like it was months ago. I'm looking at last month and it's starting to feel like it was last year. The consistency of what I'm doing is starting to build and the repetitions come in. And it's feeling more comfortable. I'm in here talking without sweating to death. I'm in here having a conversation with you without feeling the heat from the ring light making me feel uncomfortable. I'm here talking to you, hoping to touch one of you. If I could just touch one of you, my goal is that hopefully I can touch more, that you refer me out to other people. But that's the reality. My fear slowed me down. But here's what I kept saying to myself. Someday I'm going to do that. Someday I'm going to do this. But once this became consistent for me, everything is starting to change. My brand, Elevate With Enbody, my reach. I have people in 7 other continents that have actually watched this show. I don't know why anybody from Ireland or Iceland is doing it, but they're doing it. I'm starting to reach people that I didn't even know. My confidence is building. Opportunities are actually coming in. Opportunities are coming in because of this that I was not even intending to come in yet. We're getting ready for our first in studio guest in the next couple of weeks. That's going to bring a ton of value to you guys. A ton. I'm not going to get into it right now, but you guys are going to get overwhelmed with the value that I'm going to bring to you with this guest. And we're only in episode 20. So before I was like, I got to get to episode 20. I was bugging Chaz. I'm like, Chaz, we got to get to episode 20. If we don't get to 20, the percentages of us staying consistent, they fall off. If we don't hit episode 3, the percentages of us not continuing fall off. And it was kind of like trying to lose weight. I finally had to say, F it, bag up all my clothes from when I was much, much bigger and just get rid of them. I can't go back. I can only go forward, right? You can only go forward. The rearview mirror, get rid of it because we're not looking backwards. So episode 20 was a mile marker for me. That's just going to be a stepping stone in the whole path. If I can stay consistent, guys, you can stay consistent. If I can do this, you guys can all do this. Okay? You deserve the results. I want to tell you, I want to be the first to tell you potentially, let me be your cheerleader. Each and every one of you that are watching this right now, I applaud you. Because you're watching this and you're trying to get better. You deserve the success that's going to come from your consistency. You deserve the success that's going to come from the clarity of your message because you're showing up and showing out. You're not showing off. You deserve the confidence that's going to come from being a consistent message. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It's not going to show up. You know what shows up to be perfect? Your timing. Timing is right now. The moment is now to show up. And to show up again and keep showing up because the world cannot elevate until you do. Okay. And that's key. The world cannot elevate until you elevate, until I elevate, until Chaz elevates. We all need to lift ourselves up and amplify before we can expect anybody else to do it. Right. Until next time, keep elevating your business and your brand.